Imagine for a moment a world where every interaction, every decision, and every relationship quietly shapes the course of your life, often in ways you don't even notice. Some people seem to glide through life effortlessly, making the right choices, building influence, and moving through challenges with an almost unnatural ease. Others struggle, trapped in patterns of disappointment, loneliness, or misunderstanding, feeling like the world is constantly against them. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind what separates these two types of people: those who survive, adapt, and thrive, and those who remain stuck, vulnerable, and reactive. You're about to uncover 5 ruthless lessons that make you not just smart, but dangerously intelligent, as Carl Jung would put it. These lessons are not about being manipulative or cruel. They're about understanding human behavior with clarity, seeing reality as it is, and using that understanding to navigate your life with precision. Have you ever felt like, no matter how much effort you put into your relationships, your work, or even self-improvement, you keep hitting invisible walls? You're not alone. Most of us face betrayal, disappointment, and confusion in ways that feel personal and yet universal. Loneliness creeps in even when surrounded by people. Personality clashes, miscommunications, and social traps leave us exhausted and questioning ourselves. But what if there were strategies, psychological tools that the most effective people in the world use silently, that could transform how you interact, how you think, and how you influence your own life? That's exactly what we'll uncover in this video. You'll learn how to protect yourself from manipulation, understand hidden motives in relationships, and harness your habits and traits to become more decisive, adaptive, and strategic in everything you do. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to turn experiences of pain, rejection, and misunderstanding into a kind of intelligence that gives you clarity, power, and influence. And not over others, but over your own life. You'll see how strategic thinking, psychological insight, and emotional control intersect to create a person who isn't just reactive to the world, but capable of shaping it. So, stay with me, because the lessons we're about to explore will challenge what you think you know about intelligence, human behavior, and the way people navigate this complex world. You're about to discover how to be ruthlessly smart, decisively wise, and dangerously aware of the forces at play in your relationships, habits, and daily interactions. Before we dive into these lessons, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you watch until the very end. Every insight in this video builds on the last, and missing even one could mean missing the key to becoming strategically smarter in your life. All right, let's dive into habit number 1, mastering the art of strategic silence. But I want you to hear this in a way that feels alive, real, and actually useful for your daily life. Think about it. How often have you said something right away, only to regret it a few minutes later? Or watch someone talk and talk, spilling more than they should, giving away their advantage without even noticing? That's the power of words. When used carelessly, they betray you. When used intentionally, they become your secret weapon. Here's the thing, strategic silence isn't about being awkward, cold, or distant. It's about timing, attention, and control. Picture a meeting where everyone is throwing opinions around, arguing over small details, and someone, let's call them Alex, sits quietly, listening, absorbing everything. At first, people might underestimate Alex. They think, oh, they're not contributing, maybe they don't care. But by the end of the conversation, Alex drops a single observation that flips the room's perspective entirely. That's the power of holding back, of letting others reveal their strategies, weaknesses, and priorities without ever asking for it. It's like playing 3D chess while everyone else is stuck in checkers. Now let's bring it closer to everyday life. Imagine a friend or co-worker constantly testing you with gossip, subtle digs, or half-truths. Most people react emotionally. They get defensive, over-explain or argue, giving away their reactions like cards on a table. Strategic silence, however, lets you observe without being observed, understand the dynamics at play, and choose the moment when your words, or even your absence of words, carry maximum influence. It's like walking through a crowded street and noticing who's genuinely looking at you, who's distracted, and who might step aside if you just pause and wait. And here's a subtle but crucial layer. Silence creates curiosity. People instinctively want to fill gaps, to understand what you're thinking, to predict your next move. Your restraint becomes magnetic. Even in social circles, the person who speaks last often shapes the final decision. In negotiations, relationships, or even online debates, those few moments of pause can completely shift outcomes in your favor. Think of it as invisible leverage, quiet, patient, and strategic. But there's a balance here. Silence is not about manipulation for the sake of power. It's about protecting yourself and creating room to act wisely without being pulled into emotional traps or reactive patterns. Start small. In conversations, let a question linger for a few beats before answering. Observe people's reactions. Notice what they reveal in those seconds. Over time, you'll see a shift, not just in how others treat you, but in how confident and composed you feel navigating the world. The lesson is clear. Words are currency, and silence is a strategy. Those who master when to speak and when to hold back don't just avoid mistakes, they quietly shape outcomes, build influence, and create space to move with purpose in every corner of their life. Strategic silence transforms you from a participant in life's chaos into someone who understands the game and controls their own moves. And trust me, once you practice it, you'll notice the world responding differently. More respect, more attention, and more opportunities that simply didn't exist before. Now, let's talk about habit number 2, the power of adapting your persona. And I don't mean faking who you are. This is about learning how to shift the way you present yourself depending on the situation, so that your personality actually works for you instead of against you. Think of it like water. It flows into whatever container it's in, but it's still water. Same with you. You're the same person inside, but how you express yourself changes depending on who's in front of you. And once you master this, it can completely change how people see you, how they respond to you, and even the opportunities that come your way. Here's a real-life example. Picture a team meeting at work. You're analytical, precise, and all about facts. Your boss loves details, your colleague reacts emotionally, and another is all big-picture vision. If you talk to each of them the same way, you might connect with one, confuse another, and frustrate the last. But if you adapt your delivery, suddenly you're understood by everyone. You give your boss the numbers, you acknowledge your colleagues' feelings, and you paint a vision for the big picture thinker. You're not changing who you are. You're simply communicating in a way that makes them feel understood. That's influence, pure and simple. Here's something deeper. Adapting your persona also protects your energy. Think about social situations, family gatherings, friend circles, even online communities. When you behave the same way with everyone, it's exhausting. You're constantly trying to fit, to react, to explain yourself. Adaptive persona lets you read the room, feel the energy, and respond in a way that's both genuine and effective without draining yourself. It's not manipulation, it's smart, human communication. And let's be real, relationships are built on connection, not uniformity. People naturally bond with those who get them. By adjusting how you present yourself, you make it easier for others to connect with you. Imagine two scenarios. One person insists on speaking their truth in the same tone with everyone, no matter the context, and the other tweaks their approach based on the listener. Who do you think leaves a stronger impression? Who builds deeper, more meaningful connections? Exactly, the one who adapts without losing their core. Finally, here's a subtle trick that most people miss. Adaptive persona can also protect you from conflict and unnecessary drama. When you're able to adjust your communication, you can diffuse tension, guide conversations, and even prevent misunderstandings before they happen. You're not being fake, you're being strategically human. You become someone who others listen to, respect, and want to be around because you make it easy for them to feel understood, and that is a kind of power most people overlook. So the takeaway: your personality isn't a fixed script, it's a toolkit. When you learn how to express different parts of yourself with intention, you stop being misunderstood, you stop burning bridges unnecessarily, and you start turning every interaction into a chance to connect, influence, and grow. Adaptive persona is about being fully you, but in the way that works every time. And once you get this right, people notice. You don't just participate in life, you navigate it like someone who's quietly in control. Let's dive into habit number 3, embracing uncomfortable truths. And no, this isn't about forcing yourself to feel bad or punishing yourself. This is about looking at reality square in the face, even when it's messy, awkward, or downright painful, and using that clarity to become smarter, sharper, and more in control of your life. Most people avoid discomfort like it's a virus. They scroll past problems, ignore feedback, or lie to themselves just to feel okay for a few minutes. But here's the kicker: those who are willing to confront the hard stuff don't just survive. They thrive because they see things that others refuse to see, and that vision becomes their edge. Picture this: you're in a relationship, or maybe a work situation, and things aren't clicking. Everyone else is pretending everything is fine, but deep down, you know something is off. Most would ignore that gut feeling. The dangerous, smart person, they lean into it. They ask the questions. They analyze the behavior. They understand the patterns, and they act before the situation gets worse. It's not dramatic. It's not mean. It's clear-eyed intelligence. Facing uncomfortable truths means you stop letting illusions guide your decisions, and suddenly, choices that felt risky or overwhelming become obvious. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Embracing uncomfortable truths rewires your habits and your thinking. When you constantly dodge reality, you train your brain to be reactive, anxious, and dependent on external reassurance. But when you confront truths head-on, you're practicing courage in real time. Even small things count. Noticing that you procrastinate because you're scared of failing, or admitting that a friendship has become toxic, or realizing that your own insecurities are holding you back, these are uncomfortable truths, and each one you face is like a mental push-up. Your resilience grows, your awareness sharpens, and you start seeing life with a clarity that most people never experience. And here's a nuance most people miss. Facing harsh truths isn't just about correcting mistakes or avoiding failure. It's also about unlocking hidden opportunities. When you're willing to see things others ignore, you spot patterns, gaps, and possibilities that everyone else overlooks. That means better decisions, smarter strategies, and even relationships that actually work, because you understand the dynamics behind them instead of pretending they don't exist. It's like having a secret map of reality. If everyone else is wandering blindly, you're already 3 steps ahead. Finally, let's make this practical. Start small. Pick one uncomfortable truth you've been avoiding this week. Maybe it's about your finances, your health, or even a social dynamic. Sit with it. Ask yourself, why is this hard to face? What am I really afraid of? And then, take one small action to acknowledge it or address it. You don't have to solve everything at once. The point is training yourself to stop running from reality, because every uncomfortable truth you face is another layer of intelligence, confidence, and influence added to your life. Embracing uncomfortable truths isn't just a habit, it's a mindset shift. It teaches you to act instead of react, to see instead of ignore, and to grow instead of stagnate. Once you make this a core habit, you start navigating life like someone who doesn't just live day to day, but someone who sees the currents, reads the signs, and moves with intention while everyone else is still guessing. It's not easy, but nothing worth mastering ever is. Let's talk about habit number 4, learning to master your attention. And I'm not talking about scrolling less on your phone, though that's a start. This is about deciding moment by moment what actually deserves your brain's energy. Think about it. Most people drift through life like leaves in a storm, reacting to notifications, gossip, or every little drama around them. The ones who get dangerously smart, they're intentional. They know that attention is the most valuable resource you have, and they protect it like it's gold. It's not about shutting out the world, it's about choosing which parts of it actually make you sharper, stronger, and wiser. Here's an example you'll recognize. Ever been in a conversation where someone starts complaining endlessly, dragging you into their chaos? Most people either zone out or get pulled in, absorbing the negativity. Someone practicing this habit pauses, mentally checks. Is this conversation giving me insight, perspective, or growth, or am I just wasting my energy? If it's the latter, they step back. That's mastering attention, deciding where your focus goes instead of letting it be hijacked. It doesn't make you cold, it makes you strategic. You start seeing life like a chessboard instead of a pinball machine. And here's the deeper truth. Mastering attention rewires how you live. When you consciously filter what you focus on, your mind stops bouncing between stress, envy, and random distractions. Your energy becomes concentrated, your thinking clearer, and suddenly you notice patterns and opportunities that everyone else misses. For instance, by paying careful attention to people's behavior, not just their words, you start picking up subtle cues, hidden ambitions, insecurities, or even manipulations. And that gives you a huge advantage in relationships, work, and social dynamics. It's like having a sixth sense that only develops when you choose focus over chaos. But here's the catch. This habit isn't built by sheer willpower alone. You have to practice micro decisions every day. It could be as small as muting a conversation thread that drags you down, leaving a toxic group chat, or refusing to read negative headlines first thing in the morning. Tiny choices like these accumulate, and over time, your attention becomes a laser instead of a sprinkler. You're no longer a passenger in your own mind. You're the pilot, steering toward clarity, growth, and intelligence. And the magic happens when you combine this habit with the others we've talked about. Facing uncomfortable truths is easier when your attention isn't scattered. Building self-awareness and emotional intelligence hits harder when you're fully present. Basically, mastering attention amplifies every other habit of a dangerously smart mind. You start living with intention instead of autopilot, seeing the world with sharper vision and acting with precision while everyone else is still reacting. It's not flashy and it's not easy, but it's one of the most underrated ways to become profoundly, practically smart in real life. Now we arrive at habit number 5, embracing your inner solitude without fear. And when I say solitude, I don't mean loneliness like scrolling endlessly on your phone hoping for some connection. I mean really owning the moments when you're alone, letting them be a space for growth instead of a vacuum of distraction or anxiety. The dangerously smart people, the ones Carl Jung hinted at, they aren't afraid to sit with themselves. They've learned that in the quiet, without the noise of opinions, likes, or endless chatter, the mind sharpens, ideas form, and emotional clarity emerges. Solitude isn't emptiness. It's a laboratory for your intelligence and self-mastery. Picture this. You're sitting in a cafe, not scrolling your feed, not chatting, just observing the world. Most people see boredom or isolation, but someone practicing this habit sees a goldmine of understanding. They notice subtle social patterns, small inconsistencies in behavior, the little things that reveal a person's character. Over time, this skill isn't just useful, it's transformative. You start reading rooms, understanding motivations, predicting actions, and even seeing yourself more clearly than ever before. Solitude becomes a lens through which reality looks sharper, like someone adjusting the focus on a camera until every detail is crisp. And here's where most people get it wrong. They think embracing solitude means shutting out the world or becoming antisocial. Far from it. It's about choosing when to engage and when to reflect, balancing connection with self-awareness. By spending time alone, you confront your fears, your impulses, and your habits. You realize what drives you, what you value, and where you're wasting energy. This reflection isn't abstract. It directly impacts relationships, work, and creativity. When you're comfortable in your own company, you don't cling to people for validation. You engage with others from a place of curiosity and strength, not neediness or anxiety. Let me give you a practical angle. Start with just a few minutes a day, unplug from notifications, and sit quietly. Observe your thoughts without judgment, write them down, or just watch the world unfold around you. Over weeks, you'll notice subtle shifts. Decisions become easier, moods stabilize, and mental clarity skyrockets. What seemed like wasted time turns into your secret weapon. You're not avoiding life, you're preparing yourself to engage with it more strategically, more intelligently, and more powerfully. And here's the secret twist. Embracing solitude doesn't just make you smarter, it makes you magnetic. People instinctively recognize someone who's at peace with themselves, someone who doesn't need constant external validation. That quiet confidence is the kind that draws respect, insight, and influence without effort. Mastering this habit, the fifth and final one, isn't about withdrawing. It's about strengthening the mind, fortifying emotional resilience, and seeing life in full clarity while everyone else chases noise. When combined with all the previous habits, truth-facing, reflection, attention mastery, and emotional honesty, solitude completes the set. You aren't just smart, you're strategically, dangerously smart in a way that changes how the world sees you and how you see yourself. If you found these 5 habits as powerful as I just shared, don't stop here. Hit that like button, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a deep dive like this, and drop a comment telling me what topic you want me to explore next. Check out the video and playlist linked in the card right now. They're packed with insights that will take what we just talked about to the next level. Your next step toward thinking smarter and living sharper starts with clicking, watching, and engaging. Let's keep building this journey together.